Sometimes I cannot help but think about the history that some of our older folks have, and some of them may have had children by the time they were 14, 15, 16, 17, and it wasn't really frowned upon back then. And I guess it's because people's childhoods were shorter. Some people began child labor, like as young as age of 10, 11, 12. So I guess you were just growing at a more accelerated rate. And I'm not sure if that is because your life expectancy was just shorter, or if that resulted in your life expectancy being shorter. But sometimes I think about those folks who ended up being married by age 17 and they already had like a child, possibly even two. And I think about the modern person and our attitudes toward having children, how we keep pushing it farther and farther and farther into older age. Say, I know people who have kids when they're in their 40s, and that's supposed to be a very risky thing after 30 for women. So I always ask myself this thing when I watch TV and I see the dress codes that people had, the kind of courtship techniques that existed and everything. What the hell happened in this planet before I was born? I don't even ask that question with resentment. It's just the way that everything just changed from one generation to another. Maybe in the span of 10 years, 20 years, which is not really a long time. So many attitudinal changes. What happened? And how? Like, sure, I have read about that type of thing, and I'm not saying that I don't believe it, but there's that part of me that because I didn't witness that, I guess it's just difficult for me to really wrap my head around that. It also doesn't help that when I was born, pretty much everyone around me in my family was older. Like, there really weren't any 20-somethings or 30-somethings. It was nothing but 50-somethings and 60-somethings. So I guess I wasn't able to truly appreciate that age gap and what it means to have that age gap. My cousins, their parents were already like pushing 40 when they were born. So that gap between my cousin's parents and my parents versus, like the age gap between my mom and her brothers, it's like, I don't know, it leaves me so confused. So I thought I would create this topic, leave it here for you guys, and you guys feed me your thoughts because I want to have my thoughts a little organized on this matter. Another thing that shocks me is the price of living, like how much it actually costs to buy things. And I know that everything is supposed to be adjusted for inflation. 20-cent hamburgers, little things like that. What was happening